It's me, Kent Puget, Money Talk here with another video. And I'm just gonna tell you, I'm just gonna be straight, you guys. Do not rent. So if you're living with your parents' house and you're thinking about moving out, renting out an apartment, or renting out a house, I'm gonna tell you right now, I suggest that you do not rent. And here is why. So I probably said this in a past video, but I'll say it again for this video. Because things are just ridiculous, man. And some of these things I wish I would have knew. If I go back in time, I'll tell myself not to rent. To just save up some money for a down payment on a home. That's what I would tell myself. And now that's what I'm going to tell you. So let's say you get a home. Not a home, but you rent out an apartment. The rent is like $5.50 a month. I mean, it's not too bad. You're able to afford it. It sounds good. So you rent that. So you rent it out. I mean, you're not struggling. You're really not struggling paying $5.50 a month. But then the next year, it's $5.75. I mean, okay, it's extra $25. So now you're paying $5.75. But then next year, it goes up to like $5.95. I'm supposed to say $5.95, or we can say $600. It goes up to like $600. So now you're thinking, wait a minute, I didn't want to pay $600 a month. But you just keep paying anyway. Then the next year's come. You're paying $634. So you're paying $634 a month. At this point, you're probably not too happy paying this much. You probably think, I would have never even moved into his apartment. It was going to be $634 a month. Maybe you were lucky. Maybe you would get a raise at your job. So now you're able to get some more breathing room. You're like, thank God, I got more money coming in now. You're finally cutting your expense back some, but then something happens the next year. Next year, you're now paying like $675. So now you're paying more than $100 than what you were originally paying when you first moved to the apartment. But because that extra pay coming in, I mean, it doesn't hurt too bad. Next year, it's like $715. Then the year after that, now it's the new year. Now it's been 6 years, and now your lease went up to like $785. So now you're paying $785 a month. So your rent has gone up like $235. That is a very big upset right there. $235. I mean, that if it didn't go up like that, you would have had more room to put money on the side, maybe pay out some credit cards. But it went up. And guess what? You're still in the same place. Your place isn't getting bigger at all. The laundromat is still dirty. You still have to walk to go to the dumpster. So the value didn't. So you really don't feel like any value increased for you. But if you move into a home and you're paying that mortgage, let's say a mortgage is like $700 a month, it's gonna stay that way for the next 10 years in a row. The payment is gonna stay the same. It's just not gonna increase. But rent, it increases, for me at least, every single year. I mean, it is ridiculous. Obviously, you had like a temporary job. Let's say you live in Florida and you got a job in Colorado. It was temporary. the job only lasts for like a year. So you work there for a year. I mean, the best option for you is to rent, because you probably don't want to buy a home in Colorado unless you plan on staying there. So let's say you were in Colorado. You rent a home for like, it was $650 a month. I mean, it's not a big deal because you're obviously going to come back to Florida. So in that case, renting was a better option. But now they're a different situation. You plan on staying somewhere for a long amount of time. That's when it's probably better to actually buy a home. Because now, it's like rent's not even worth it now. I wonder how these poor people are even able to afford the rent the way the rent's going up. Some people even lost their jobs after COVID. I wonder how some people are even able to pay rent at this point. Makes you wonder, especially in the lower income area. It does make you wonder, how are they even able to keep paying rent when it's this high? It's freaking ridiculous. So if you're a younger person, maybe you're a teenager, or if you're a teenager going to college, rent may be a better option for you, especially if you plan on going back to your parents' house after college is over. But sometimes it does take a while to get a job. So maybe you're going to like out of town to go to school. You're probably going to live in that dorm. I never did live in a dorm when I was in college. But maybe you want to live in a dorm. It's a different situation. Or maybe you don't want to live in a dorm. Maybe you want to live in an apartment. I mean, it's temporarily. You're just living in that apartment while you're going to that school. So in that situation, renting is a better option. Unless you're able to get like an RV and park it in the school parking lot. But I don't know if you're allowed to do that. But now, if you're like living with your parents now, you just want to get out of their place. Maybe you're sick of following their rules. You're sick of them just walking in your room. I know what I'm feeling, guys. My parents used to just walk in my room like they owned the place. I mean, technically they did own the place. So there wasn't anything I could do about it. Only thing I can really do is complain, but they don't listen to me. So maybe you're in that situation, you just need to get out. It is crazy. Here's what I would tell my younger self. I get it, man. You're ready to move out, but save some more money. Because I did have a quiet bit of money in a saving account. Maybe if I would have stayed like an extra year or two longer, I definitely would have had enough to make a down payment on a home. So maybe you're in that same situation. Maybe you have a job, but you still live with your parents. Save that money up. Wait until you have enough money for a down payment on the home. Then move into that home. Because guess what? When you're paying that mortgage, like I said, that stuff, it doesn't change around. It stays. It's consistent. Because we all, at least I like consistency. I wish my rent did stay the same from 6 years ago. That would have been cool, but that's not how it works. Now, if you was like renting a home out, maybe you're renting it from somebody. There's this guy named Graham. I'm just gonna say his name. I hope he's cool with me saying his name. I'm just gonna say his name in this video. Graham Stephan. He also rents homes out, and that guy, he does not increase his rent. I would love to have Graham Stephan as the landlord. So if you have a landlord like Graham Stephan that don't increase rent, I mean, that would be a good option for you. It really would be. he just kept the rent to stay the same year after year, that would be the cool option. I know if I was renting a home out, I would not increase the rent either if I was like renting the home out. I'll just keep it the same year after year. But obviously, when they move out and the next people move in, obviously the rent will cost more when the newer people come in. But they don't know how much I was charging the previous people, so it'll be all good. The only way I'll probably increase the rent is if I just did not like my tenants. If I just wanted them gone, that's probably the only way I would increase the rent. If I just wanted them gone, if they kept trashing my house, I think I would maybe increase the rent just in that situation. But otherwise, I would not increase it. I'll try to keep it consistent. I know some people move out of state and all that. So when you move out of state, renting's probably the better off. Like I said, if you was like living in Florida, who knows? Maybe you were living with your parents in Florida, or you may have even had an apartment in Florida. You got a job offer in Colorado, but it was temporary. Renting it would be the better option, because you're probably not gonna live in Colorado that long. Obviously, like if I was in a situation, if I was to like get like a job offer in Colorado, name my job. This is a situation. Let's say my job actually opened up a location in Colorado, and the pay was more. It was like $10 more an hour. I mean, I would take it. In that situation, I probably would rent just to see if I like Colorado. I'll probably rent. And if I do like Colorado, guess what? I'll probably buy a home in Colorado if I like it. I'm just using that as an example. Because a situation like that, I don't know how long I'm going to stay there. I got to see if I like the area. So renting will be the better option. But after settling down, getting to see what it's like, if I believe like after a year, I'll know if I like it. I'll know if I want to stay by the next year. If I like it, I'll sit there. I mean, they do have 4 seasons. Florida don't. I'm actually thinking about taking a vacation there next year. I mean, I'm thinking about either Oklahoma or Colorado. I'm really thinking about doing that. I keep saying I'm going to take a vacation outside of Florida. I never do it. This time I'll try to stick to it. If I do it, I'm going to make videos of me doing it. Maybe I'll try to collaborate with some YouTubers while I'm going through Texas. I'll try to do it. Because there's this one YouTuber I really want to collaborate with. He's a young guy. I just want to do an interview with him. But I was having a hard time connecting to him. I was like emailing him. I didn't get a response. There was another YouTuber that also lived in Texas. And I saw her in one of his videos, and I actually kind of liked her content. I did reach out to her, and she emailed me. I told y'all about that a few months back. But anyway, I suggest you don't rent unless you like really have to. If you're gonna be somewhere temporary, I suggest that should be the only time you should be renting. Otherwise, I think you should buy a home, like saving up money to make a down payment. So if you're living with your parents, you're just sick of living with them, just hang on. Just save some money up. Try to get like $5,000 or $10,000. Use that as a down payment. You might even want to save more money just so the monthly mortgage will be lower. And try to keep those credit cards paid off. I have videos. I made videos saying how to get rid of how to get out of credit card debt. I have videos somewhere. So feel free to subscribe to my channel. Search those videos, getting out of debt. And with that being said, have a good weekend. Bye for now.